Hello, welcome back to another Philosophy Thursday now. I thought Thursday had a nicer ring to it, so I left it for a couple of days, and we're going to be doing one of the last three big arguments for the existence of God, and that is the cosmological argument, So we've done the ontological with Anselm, and we've done the design teleological argument with Thomas Aquinas that was evolved by William Paley. Okay, so I have a quick guess who made the cosmological argument. It's one of the goats, Thomas Aquinas. His trimmer's dead, but we love him because he made bare theories in it. So as he is Roman Catholic, the cosmological argument tries to prove the existence of God. But this is not done like Anselm and his ontological argument. It is done like the design. It is a posteriori inductive, meaning it's based on the five senses, and the premises can't guarantee a sound conclusion, so faith has to be implemented with it, not just reason. Remember, faith and reason are very important together, because without either, you are seen as ignorant in the philosophical world, but who knows, man. Okay, so with the cosmological argument, there are four ways. Well, there's five, but we're going through four today because it'll make sense in a minute. So there's cause for motion. Oh God. Cause for causation, cause for contingency, and cause for degree. And the fifth one is, as we've done earlier, the teleological argument, which, as I said, was made by Thomas Aquinas and evolved by William Paley. So let's just go through these four ways that he tries to prove the existence of God. So let's go for cause number one. Motion. He argues that everything is in motion, and motion can be tracked back to the start. So every action we're doing now can have a trace backwards. Like for me, it's filming this video. I need to film a video for the week. So I got out of bed and I was like, I've got to film this video because it's Philosophy Thursday now, not Philosophy Tuesday. And that goes back to, we were making a channel for a community and our SMMA project. Let's make a business. And then it goes back to since we were kids, and then they were But this whole move had to have somewhere to start. And that's God. He is the unmoved mover. Does that make sense? So he's the start of this chain of movement. And it's kind of similar with causation. Everything has a cause. I'm thirsty. I sip that bottle. So this cause came all the way back to God once again, and that's an uncaused causer. Does that make sense? So them two at the start are quite similar, but the other two are not the most similar, and that's number three, contingency. So everything is contingent except from God, which is a necessary being. I could live without this neon humidifier, and it did not need to be there. We could have lived without this wallet. These here, plastic, we don't need any of this, and if you didn't know otherwise, it wouldn't be there. But without God, the necessary being, we need God for this creation, and that's what he argued. that's it pretty much. So this is God is necessary. This is contingent. Well, I do need to take my omega-3 fish oils, but that's alright. And number 4 is degree. So everything's ranked nowadays. So, A, B, C, D, E, F to fail. So out of these, sorry, this one's quite iffy in my mind, but out of these degrees, God is on top and we're down below. So God is the most perfect thing you can think of. It's kind of like the ontological here. But so if God is the most perfect thing, then everything else was created by him. I think that's it, but you're gonna have to double check me on that one. That's a bit, sorry, I'm supposed to be the philosopher here, but yeah, it's a bit funny. Okay, but with this argument, many people see flaws, such as Bert Russell, the G. My mate Charlie looks like him. Search him up. But it is about, why does he deny the theory of infinite regress? So what this infinite regress is, so let's go back to the first two. This debunks the first two. And this is, so cause for motion, everything can be caused back to one thing, and cause for causation can be traced back to God. Same with motion. Sorry, I said thing earlier. But Thomas Aquinas denying infinite regress because he thinks it's so unfathomable, but isn't God as well. That's in my opinion. But so this Don here, Thomas, was like, nah, not infinite regress, innit? So what infinite regress is denying God being there, and motion and cause just going back and back all the way. You can't understand how far it goes back. It just keeps going. Does that make sense? But why does Thomas Aquinas have to deny that? That just throws away his two arguments. Does that make sense? Another argument for this is, he's not really trying to explain the Christian God he believes in. The Christian God is omnipotent, omnibenevolent, omniscient, transcendent, immanent, just all these things. And he got to, from this argument, an unmoved mover, an uncaused causer, a necessary being, and a being that should be is the highest out of any being in the world. Well, that is true with the Christian faith, but the other three is completely whack, and it doesn't really lead to a Christian God, which brings in the answer. As we said before, it could be polytheism, many gods, or sort of, many unperfect gods, or not, as I said earlier, not the Christian God. It could be a rock in the sky. It could be a carrot. I don't know. But okay, sorry guys. So this is why many philosophers think this argument is invalid. And so do I. I think that God he is trying to the God he is trying to prove is not the description that he gave out. So this does not seem like a sound argument. Sorry. And just THA ain't doing it for me. Thomas Aquinas is not doing it for me. So, and as Bert Russell said, he did just rule out the possibility for infinite regress, which is a problem, because you shouldn't just rule out that and say it's impossible, because with that same logic, can I say God is impossible? And yeah, it just goes down. Okay. Now that we are done with the three main philosophical arguments for the existence of God that I have learned so far, and that I probably will just learn like no more, so we're going to be moving on to maybe problem of evil, some virtue ethics, some natural moral law made by Thomas Aquinas again, virtues by Aristotle, problem of evil. So far we've looked at Mackey and John Hick and the triangle of evil, I think, something like that. Yeah, that's sort of all we've learnt so far. Proportionalism, teleological, yeah, just natural moral law. We'll be looking at all of this stuff in the Philosophy Thursdays to come. I hope you've enjoyed this episode. Sorry for the coughing fit. Yeah, that was unprecedented, but it was causation. I took that drink because I was thirsty, and it went down the wrong hole, and I started coughing. Hope I explained this argument okay. It's quite early in the morning, so maybe not, but have a good one.